Hi guys, Andy here, and welcome back to Let's Meet Adam 2. Take 2, apparently. My cat decided to ruin the first intro. So we last left off. If you haven't watched last week's, or whenever I just said last episode, Timmy's fucking dead. Can I help you, Missy? I need you to fall asleep for me. Shh. Okay, let's get started, shall we? 2 weeks later, and our company's also hosting the Gay Adult Video Awards, or GAVA, as I would call it. I sigh heavily, staring up at the ceiling. I'm completely limp and empty inside. When will I stop feeling like this? After the incident that night, I was so mentally overwhelmed that I fainted, my mind having caved in on itself, my psyche fractured. I had somehow shuffled through the following week, eyes vacant like a zombie, avoiding all interactions at work whenever possible. I'd really scared Soren then, so much so that word had gotten back to Tad, and he gave me this week off, which really worried me at first. But Soren reassured me that Tad didn't know the specifics of my breakdown. Not that he would have cared anyhow. So this week I fared a little better, and despite barely leaving my bed, I'm proud of myself, and that I did make some progress, having managed to gather up the courage to call the police. That went about as well as I suspected it would. Good morning, hon. Aw. Hey, I'm really glad you called. Was there ever any doubt? Never. Whatever anxiety I have melts away at the sound of his voice. It confounds me. This power Evander has over me. I cherish it. Huh. Well, I'm relieved you sound better. Today's a big day. Yep. I'm at my apartment. Picked up the few things I'll need. In order to feel prepared, I take a second or two to steel myself for my first day back to work. Ow, you little shit! Babe, you know if you aren't ready, no one will hold it against you. Your health, your safety, that's all that really matters here and now. Thanks, Evander. I still can't fully grasp how lucky I am. Ow! To have someone as caring as you in my life. Well, grip it hard. Can you, stop biting my foot? I'm at least 2 handfuls of caring. And yes, that was my horrible, horrible attempt at cheering you up. And make you laugh. Haha. It hurts to laugh, as my chest felt tight for days. That was awful. But it definitely cheered me up. Are you sure? 2 handfuls, sure. Evander simply laughs. And that gentle, easy way he does. Evander has been a godsend throughout all this. That night on the phone, I totally fainted. And he rushed over to my apartment without a doubt in his heart, rescuing me away to his apartment. I've been staying there this past weekend. It's surprising, at least to me, how close we've gotten. Although we haven't had the talk yet. As in, we haven't put a label on what we are to each other. For now, he seems okay with that. And I am too. Until that time, maybe it's best not to mention what happened between Chuck and I. Well, alright. As long as you feel strong enough again. I do. In fact, I felt strong enough to call the police yesterday. Oh, you did? Thank God, Adam. You never told me that. I meant to. I really did. Just... You know. I understand. You have a lot going on, and that's okay. I'm not upset. So what did they say? Well, they sent an officer over to Timmy's apartment, but of course they didn't find anything. And I'm certain of that. Since I inquired later that day, the silence in my pause feels like an enormity. And all they said was they do a follow-up wellness check. And not to leave town. What? That's it? I mean... Yeah, that's pretty much it. You're not really going to get much out of some pigs. Evander's voice was incredulous. To be completely honest, I think they mishandled it. Aren't they supposed to presume innocence until proven guilty? No. Let's be real. Looking at this past year. Ideally, wouldn't the same thing apply? In the form of giving me benefit of the doubt? I'm sorry I keep pausing. I'm just looking at my cat right now. I'm trying to figure out what she's doing. Ah, she's settled into her bed now. I will pay the cat tats on this, and I will include a picture of my cat, Sashimi. Her middle name is Pickles. Better than nothing, but I know. It's not the answer I was hoping for either. And so now it's solely you, myself, and Soren who know. Who share this secret. We stay in consoling silence with each other. For what feels like several minutes. It's nice. Doesn't feel awkward in the slightest. Anyways, handsome. I should really go. Don't want to be late. You've got this. I believe in you. But even if you waver a little, let me know. And I can always meet you up for lunch. A wry smile spreads itself across my lips. Oh, he's so sweet. Aren't you sick of me always being around? No way, no how. Aw, so sweet. I would have liked to return to a less chaotic Manticore video, but that is obviously a distinct impossibility, given that Gava is fast approaching. Hordes of rushing staff and even tents buzz past me. I recognize and look to a few familiar faces, but it's as if everyone has already forgotten who I am.
Oh, hey.
Adam! Soren, like a cloud, rises immediately, as soon as I come into view. I'm so glad you're back. It's just not the same without you.
You okay?
Oh, come on. You're just happy to have the errand boy back. Can it be both? We quickly share a happy giggle. And I think I'm doing a pretty stellar job of hiding my insecurities. Besides, I've always thought of you as more of a gopher.
Thanks again.
Funny. You want to know what's not funny, Adam? This. You've picked an awfully insane time to come back to work. You know that, right?
Totally.
Trust me, Soren. Being here is exactly what I need. I was going insane not working. Just moping, thinking. Day in and day out. It's also motivated me to put my search for a river into overdrive. Soren moves as if to speak, but I guess decides against it. Instead, he shoots me the most tender and compassionate look, simply nodding in agreement. I spend the greater part of my morning moving lighting equipment. Apparently, we need to make room by reorganizing our storage areas. As all the decor and set pieces for Manticore's big night are eating up more space than was anticipated. It's not easy, but it's not hard labor either. And I take delight in being around people again. After I'm done, I make way back to the reception desk. Hey, Soren. Now that I'm back, I wanted to talk to you about something. Actually, it's more of a need. I need to talk with you about Timmy.
Yikes.
Oh God. Soren shifts uncomfortably in his seat, brushing a lock of his platinum hair off his forehead. Shit, believe me, I know we have to. We should, Soren says with resolve. But what? No, you're right. We should have this talk. It's just hard. Even though I didn't see it, Adam, when I'm all alone, I sometimes imagine what it was that you claimed I witnessed that night. Ugh. It makes me nauseous just talking about it.
You okay?
I'm sorry, Soren. No, it's okay. You weren't ready to talk before, so if you are now, it's important that we do. I didn't make up what I saw that night. Have you heard any word from Timmy at all since then? Anything? At this point, even gossip might be helpful.
Aww.
Adam, you're not going to like what I have to say. But as a friend, you know how I am. I'll always give it to you straight up. I don't think there's anything wrong or weird about Timmy being MIA. But Soren, you're still so fresh. In our line of work, guys like Timmy vanish all the time. I know that sounds cruel, but so is this industry. For example, we had this one performer who did a ton of scenes with us, consecutively in every single scene we shot. This was during a small window of only a few months. Then one day, he stopped showing up to his bookings. Wasn't replying to any and all text messages. So annoying. And this went on for several months. Come to find out, he just needed to make a fast wad of cashola to pay for his mother's medical bills. She'd been recently diagnosed with cancer. He never had any intention of sticking around. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I see. There are so many conflicting emotions and thoughts rolling inside me. I start to feel as if my determination is on shaky ground. And I hate that I feel that way. Good morning, gentlemen. I double-clicked right there by accident. Mind if I include myself in this gathering? Hunter is being extra polite today. And it's kind of sweet. I'm unsure of what he's heard, if anything. But I assume he's treading extra carefully, in case I'm still fragile. Of course. What are you two discussing? Not a lot. Just that Timmy rocket. Adam's been worried, having not heard back from him in so long. Soren sighs. But I'm telling him it's really not that unusual. Isn't that right, big guy? Soren's not lying. Hunter's demeanor stiffens, and then niceties seem to drop. I haven't been here as long as some, like Absy. However, it's an undeniable truth. If it bothers you so, Adam, I don't mind helping you through it over lunch. I've heard that you haven't felt well lately. I lower my head in embarrassment, realizing perhaps that my absence wasn't as unnoticed as I was hoping it would be. Would you like to come too, Soren? Excellent idea. I highly approve. As much as I really love that, I can't today, kiddies. I'm having lunch with Tad, during which we'll be going over all the preparations for Gava. Can you believe it's happening so soon? Not at all. Let's not be coy. You don't seem to look forward to it ever, Hunter. Indeed. I dread it every year. Yes, well, that's why you seem to forget about it every year.
You okay?
Are you not going to Gava with us at all? Ha ha ha. We'll see.
Yikes.
And that would be a no. Hunter turns his attention to me, casting a mountain and shadow over me. Adam, if you wouldn't mind lunch, just us two, find me. I'm around the studio all day.
Totally.
Sure. I'll let you know. Hunter puts his hand to his chest, before nodding slightly and making his exit. What a weirdo. A big sweetheart, but nonetheless a weirdo. I laugh as Soren mimics Hunter's bow. So that's that you can't come to lunch. Aww. I know, right? Oh, wait a minute. I just remembered. Chuck and John are having lunch at Shakey's today. You could also join them for lunch. I'd rather not. I know Chuck would be glad to see you. Right. I recall what transpired. The last time Chuck and I were together. Admittedly, it still feels a bit awkward for me. But as long as Chuck doesn't feel awkward, I'll likely be fine. I just don't want him to feel or be weird about it. You're always so lost in thought. It's cute. But I should go. Soren pouts and I completely empathize. Or sympathize. Empathize? Oh shit, I can't read. I'm not sure a lunch we just had could be anything less than ghastly. Alright.
Thanks again.
I'll see you later. See ya. I sigh disappointingly. Once Soren's out of view, stuffing my hands into my pant pockets, I look around, and although it's busy, no one seems to be paying me any mind. Seems like the perfect time to grab some food, I guess. Oh shit, I get a date with Evander? Hold on, give me like 5 seconds. Let me pause this real quick. Okay, I'm sorry about that huge pause. We're going to go have lunch with Evander. You know, our boyfriend. I decide to text Evander and spend lunch together. While waiting on the hostess, I look around nervously, wondering if I had arrived first. I hate sitting at restaurant tables alone. Luckily, I see a very handsome man waving me over.
Hey there.
Over here. Hey, handsome. I hope you weren't waiting long. Nope. Just got here a few minutes ago. By the way, I'm only making an observation, as it's my first time here. This place is really fancy. Which is fine, but I feel like a commoner, trying their best to impersonate a trust fund baby. I'm sure it's fine. But speaking of first, I think this is the first time we've went out to lunch together. Not my doing. I've left the door wide open at every opportunity. You've just never felt like taking me up on it. That's not true. I stutter awkwardly. Well, I guess it is true, but not because I didn't want to. Stuff keeps coming up at work. I guess stuff also includes lunch invites by the coworkers.
Thanks again.
I'm very popular. As you can tell. Oh, obviously. We both laugh, of course, at the ridiculous idea of me being the center of attention. A finely pressed waiter glides over and takes our order. We both opt to try the lunch recommendation, which is something called BOUILLABAISSE MARSEILLE. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. I'm going to get butchered by Coco later. After we ordered it and the waiter's out of sight, we both chuckle and shrug at each other. So, not trying to ruin the mood, but how's work going? Did you find out anything new or critical? I can tell Evander's trying to be really gentle with me, and I really appreciate that. To be honest, work's good. Really busy, and everyone's focused on their own thing, so I can kind of hover in the background, which of course I like. I can take things slow and at my own pace. Don't take this the wrong way, but I don't know why you insist on playing the wallflower. What do you mean? You constantly say you want to blend into the background. You're gorgeous, talented, caring, and really, really smart. Aww. Honestly, I think you would have blown my grades away in med school. But you downplay it all the time. I lower my head, as I feel like my shyness is being attacked. All I'm saying is, you're really something special. And I hope someday, you'll let yourself believe it. Be more confident. Because if anyone really deserves it, you do. Evander reaches over and holds both my hands. Normally I'd recoil from something so unexpected and intimate, but I let him show his affection. And I stroke his caressing hands with my thumbs. And reciprocation. Thanks. No problem. I let a soft, semi-defeated chuckle escape my lips. Actually, there's a slight problem. What do you mean? Well, so far, it seems like business as usual. No one seems to care. Or be surprised by Timmy's disappearance. It's as if he never existed. How weird is that? That is weird. I mean, even I've noticed he hasn't visited the clinic lately. What does River think of all this? Hearing River's name out of Evander's mouth startles me, especially when framed in the contents of the situation. I worry that perhaps Evander has connected the dots. River thinks I'm crazy about the whole thing. Still, that's very odd of a best friend, don't you think? Yeah. I leave it at that. Hoping Evander will drop the subject of River altogether. Well. Either way, I think you should carry some protection. You mean like a gun? I've never even held one before. I have. So, story time. My dad took me to the gun range, I think right after I graduated high school. And it was fun. I had fun shooting. I'm a better shot with the revolver than I am his pistol. So he gave me the gun. Mind you, I don't even know. My outfit was just super weird. I was wearing this tie-dye shirt, jeans, and sandals. So, yeah. So when I'm shooting the pistol, one of the casings comes back up. And I'm an idiot. And the fucking, the casing, fresh out of the gun, lands right on my foot. I'm like, oh fuck, this burns. It's hot. I'm over there panicking, almost waving the gun around. I'm like, no, the gun's got to stay right here. It cannot be pointed in any direction. So, that was great. I find the idea of holding a gun, we'll go with scary because that's the best choice, to be honest. No, not like that. I don't know. Maybe a taser or something? Another story, my best friend Allie, who you've seen in DVD videos with me, she carries a taser on her when we went out, so that was always fun to know. She had a taser, I had the knife. Sorry. I wish I could be more help, but obviously this isn't exactly my area of expertise. Generally prefer to help people, not harm them. I don't know about that. My first impression of you was that you were a definite heartbreaker. Some may claim that it's an expertise I possess, but I promise you it's never intentional. It was nice to spend lunch with Evander for a change. Turns out bouillabaisse is just a fancy way of saying fish stew in French, I swear to God. Delicious and expensive fish stew. Alright then. Before I get back to work, I stop at the pawn shop. I'm going to take Evander's advice to heart. And so, despite my initial hesitation, I walk out of there with the switchblade. The knife is surprisingly light, sharp, and cool to the touch. Alright then. We'll drop a save here. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. I know, I don't think today's going to be a double upload. Maybe not, I haven't decided yet. But we'll see where things go. I'm still really enjoying the series. I apologize it's taken so long to get into this game. This year has been really rough on my mental health, and taking a break from YouTube and focusing on my friends' streams was a big help. So right now you'll catch me hanging out in everybody's streams still, preferably late at night after work. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye for now.